Hello, everybody. We're here at State of Art Academy number 7, and I have the pleasure to host here Tim Hoffman. And to start it off, please tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to the Archviz crowd.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tim Hoffman. I was asked here to help demonstrate some methods from television and film to show you guys some methodology. Gian Piermo, he reached out to me and he wanted me to show a couple things using software that we use in the industry for film and television, mainly with also using V-Ray, but Mari, Maya, and V-Ray, kind of a technique that we used on films like The Walk and television shows like Gotham. But it's a relatively quick method, and you get photoreal results. So that's what I'm going to show.
Can you tell us a little bit about your backstory, how you came to work in this kind of field, your educational background?
Well, in '91, I graduated from State University of New York at Buffalo for media studies, which was technically filmmaking. This was right before digital art started, so I mean the computers weren't even really there yet. But after I graduated, I started using some desktop publishing programs at home, and worked on that for a couple of years, and then went to Los Angeles, started working with Activision, cut scenes, then over the years progressed into some television and then film, which I've pretty much been sticking with, that and advertising back and forth for the past, 15 years or so. But that's pretty much an overview. Yeah.
So something that I'm interested in, I mean, the component of architecture in things like film, games, TV shows, I mean, what kind of weight is put on that aspect in terms of having trained people? Like, how many architects are working within your industry involved in creating all this kind of stuff? So the balance of just making it up, or actually having trained people having a controlled decision making about how things should look or not look in terms of. And then the follow-up question would be what we can learn from you bringing back into Archviz.
Yeah, as far as the modelers do all the hard work with the buildings, and they do have to pretty much use existing photography and concept work that's been created, and they have to match that. I don't know to be honest, I don't know how many of them have architectural backgrounds, but they do have the hardest job because the modeling is pretty time consuming. So, but you have a good team of modelers. It depends on the project, obviously, and then sometimes when you have a large city, you can sometimes recycle models and things like that, but for the most part, you have to match photography, and the modelers have to be quick and efficient and make the models look, up to standards that'll hold up close to the camera, things like that.
Okay, so when we go back from what you do into the architecture visualization field, what can we learn? I mean, right now, we're kind of at the point, we have some kind of an identity crisis. I mean, the field has matured to a point that photorealism is no longer a challenge. I mean, all the way, during the past 10 to 15 years, the challenge was how we can get the images looking really photorealistic. So, okay, now we solved photorealism. And now we are kind of like, okay, so what do we do now? And things like being able to tell a story, to convey an idea, going more into animation, cinematography, and add to that the VR experiences that we can do now. So we need to learn new things. So what would you say, like 3 important things that we can learn from the film industry that we can bring into what we do now to leverage this to the next level?
Well, I think one of the big things is we need to have speed. The quality level has to be high, but when you're working with television and film, it has to be photorealistic, and it also has to be done at a pretty rapid pace. So some of the techniques that I'm going to show are gauged to accomplish that. Just keeping, so that you're not spending too much time on, one single building. You can cover an entire, section or cities, and you can do this within a day or 2 days and have results. That's basically, I think what is needed currently is turnover or speed, even, and keeping it in a photorealistic sense, so.
Okay, so your talk is coming up next, so I will not keep you longer. So thank you very much. It was a pleasure, and we'll see you at the next interview.